Hello, my name is Elijah Fields. I attended the Morning Cup Toastmasters meeting on November 16th at 7:30 a.m. I attended through Zoom. It was at the Vienna Coffee House in Maryville, Tennessee. Uh, the club president is Mary Mixon. Her email is marylynnmixon@gmail.com, and her phone number is 865-659-7069. The overall atmosphere was good and welcoming. It was pretty chill. There was not a whole bunch going on, and um, the overall was just calm. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good morning wake up to be in a pretty casual meeting. Everybody was dressed casual as well. Nobody was dressed in business attire, really. It was pretty formal and professional still. Um, I enjoyed the speeches given. There's three main ones, and then there's one off the spot one. The Yeah, they were pretty good. I'll describe the three later. And then uh, they posted the Zoom meeting on their website, and the website was pretty clean and easy to access everything. I probably won't return because I don't have time to do a bunch of extra stuff right now. And then with the next semester starting, I'll probably be too busy, and it's at 7:30 a.m. and I don't usually wake up at 7:30, so there's that. And then yeah, so the first speech was about forgiveness. It was a persuasive speech by a girl named Eliza or Elisa. She covered three stories, with the first one being the Charlie Kirk assassination, second being a man's life whose wife died from a car wreck, and the third being a woman's life whose husband was not loyal to her. They're pretty sad stories, and um, the stories really focused on the other people that experienced that, and not necessarily her. She used a scarf and chair and to demonstrate something I can't really remember. Um, I thought the props were okay, but they were kind of confusing. And then her speech was about 9 minutes 23 seconds because they had people timing them, and I thought that was pretty cool. People timed them and evaluated them. She didn't use a PowerPoint, which I thought was impressive. And then, so the next speech, the second one, was about communication. It was persuasive as well. The woman who did it was named Anik. I think she was kind of French. She had a French accent. She was a little bit harder to understand. Um, she had a story about her brother announcing his marriage to his family, but they could not understand him because he said it in English and her family only spoke French fluently. So no one reacted at first, and then he had to restate it in French in order for them to be like all excited. And then the moment kind of died because of that. So she covered 3 points, and then about how to improve communication. The first was the first improvement she used was reading and listening. She said that if you read and listen, then it'll help your brain to like um, make it more normal. And then the second one was writing. She said that writing helps communication a lot. It strengthens your vocabulary and all that too. So does reading. And then the third one was speak more often. I mean, when you practice something and you speak more often, then you're going to get better at it. So her props were a book and a notebook, which I thought was pretty good. She included the notebook when she was talking about writing, and the books when she was talking about reading. And then she had a whole stack of books, which I assume was pretty heavy, so impressive. Her speech was within 6 minutes and 47 seconds, so she got within that time range. She didn't have a PowerPoint either, so I thought that was also impressive. And then the third speech was about Glen Powell. It was a storytelling speech by a woman named Lindsay. It was a totally made up story about Glen Powell visiting her at her work. It was very funny. It was a lot of humor. And she used a PowerPoint with fabricated photos. One of them was a photo of her with Glen Powell, and it looked real. So I thought it was kind of real at first, and then she kept on talking, and I realized, oh, this is fake. But it did take me a second because she was very good at describing it. She did use a PowerPoint, and it mostly had photos and not any words, and she used it pretty well. She wasn't looking at it a lot, or yeah. Wait. Yeah. So the overall atmosphere was good. I liked it. It was pretty comfortable. However, they did have the Zoom meeting on a TV that I could see through the camera on the other edge of the room where the people would stand and speak. And so I didn't show my face because I didn't feel comfortable doing that. And yeah, but I didn't really like that very much. But uh, overall, it was pretty good. And then when the third person went up to speak, they used the PowerPoints on that TV. So then it just seemed like I was non existent there, which I didn't mind. Um, yeah, but overall, it was good. I liked it. I thought it was a good experience. And probably won't do it again, but maybe I will. Thank you.